What is up guys, Greedy Knight here with the 5th episode in the special investigation series. This time we are hunting the scale monsters Rathian, Pukei-Pukei, Anjanath, and Tobi-Kadachi. As usual, I'll break down the best sets and matchup so that you can get the special investigation badge on your guild card. Let's get into it. Here's the shorthanded list for the general setup. If you want the explanation, check out the A1 and A2 videos. I'll link everything down below, including moveset breakdowns. In general, your response for Charge Blade will be a guard move, into double chop, SAD, or evade. Never get hit twice without healing, or you will cart. And most importantly, these hunts are tests of endurance and knowledge. Don't worry about hunt times. Pukei-Pukei's weakness is thunder. The leg and torso are the only sub-20 element hit zones, while the face, wing, and tail are Elembane territory, prioritizing them as targets. Everything but the torso is a weakness exploit hit zone for cutting, while the head is a 75 hit zone with good thunder values. You can trip Pukei by sweeping the leg. Use the thunder super spam set for Pukei-Pukei. Since there are plenty of generous hit zones, you don't have to be precise with your supers, but still aim for the head when the opportunity arises. You do not need to slot in poison resistance because it doesn't hinder your ability to guard. Pukei produces no other hazards, justifying a set modification. This means you can opt for maximum damage on your sets instead. These are the moves for Pukei-Pukei. In general, just hold guard to bulldoze through its attacks. Counter peek and guard points are used whenever you want to pop a super, which is safest after the listed moves. Pukei will spam the tail spray. It is a free window to super, so make sure to practice guard point into super for this move. It will start sniffing and then go to a specific spot to eat, bulging its mouth. This will increase its poison spray moves. Overall, Pukei has nothing that can one-shot you or true combo you even through poison. Guard whenever you have bad positioning and guard point to super whenever you have good positioning, i.e. staring down its face. Rathian's weakness is Dragon. The element exploit hit zones are the torso, back, and tail, while the Elembane hit zones are the head and wings. For cutting, the head, wings, and tail are the only weakness exploit hit zones. The overlap for damage is the head, tails, and wings, but the latter two are inaccessible for a fair chunk of the hunt. This makes Rathian a hit the head simulator. You only need to sweep the legs for trips, break the wings to discourage it from flying, and snipe it out of the sky if you break them mid-air. Tail cuts shorten the range of its poison tail attacks. If you can consistently snipe the head with your SAED files, use the super spam dragon set. Otherwise, use the dragon spinning axe set to box with Rathian and its various options. Stun resistance is the only modification needed because tail flips can stun through Intrepid Heart. These are the moves for Rathian, but you should mainly focus on the charge attacks and the tail flips. These moves have multiple parts and they can cart you. Respect them and you will be able to handle the rest of Rathian's moveset. It is harder to trip Rathian because of the absurd damage thresholds, and it is harder to attack because of how much faster it has become. You have less overall downtime for spinning axe and super spam, resulting in less inflicted damage and more time blocking to stay alive. Even if you have the fundamental matchup down, the hunt can take longer due to how uncooperative Rathian can be. Anjanath is weak to water. The snout, head, neck, wing, and tail are element exploit hit zones, while the legs, the most accessible hit zone throughout the hunt, are sub 20. Everything but the neck and base state legs are weakness exploit hit zones. Whenever Anjanath has its wings out, sweep the leg for easy access wax hit zones. If you focus the head when Anjanath is enraged, it will perform the dramatic topple, forcing it back to base state. This gives the matchup 2 topples of note aside from the curio topple. In terms of playstyle, spinning axe is optimal. The upper body is where you would want to plant files, but Anjanath's sporadic swiveling makes it hard to land your super spam explosions on the upper body consistently, causing you to land them on the grounded leg hit zones instead. The uptime of spinning axe will let you box with Anjanath through every single attack. Use the water spinning axe set with the suggested modifications for wind resistance and stun resistance. This is the moveset for Anjanath. The main moves to avoid are the delayed ground chomp and the flame breath. These one-shot you from 80% health or lower. Make sure to always have one wire bug ready for these moves and memorize the windups. For the Flame Breath, after blocking it, you can Morphing Advance over to its face and then double chop. It is safe to use Intrepid Heart to tank through it as well. The Inflated Thresholds for trips makes this hunt just as rough as Rathian. The main difference is that you can proc 2 built-in topples through sweeping the legs, and then, when it's down, bashing its face. Both can combo into a Curio topple as well, assuming you meet the Curio threshold. You get more downtime by cycling the topple thresholds. Tobi-Kadachi is weak to water as well. The torso, back, and forelegs are sub 20 water hit zones. The neck and tail are element exploit hit zones, while the head and hind legs are Elembane hit zones. Everything but the legs are weakness exploit hit zones. The head and tail are the best hit zones to focus on since they have exploit overlap. The head beats the tail by a small margin, but you will want to target either whenever Tobi-Kadachi wants to swivel around you. Breaking both sets of legs gives you a trip. Due to the polarizing water hit zones, super spam is bad, spinning axe is good. Also, Tobi is fast, leaving no breathing room for an SAED to wind up and land files without getting hit in the process. With Elembane, the head becomes the only viable hit zone, forcing you to take a damage reduction on the tail. The set modification is Stun Resistance 3 to prevent Thunderblight or its skills from stunning you. These are the moves for Tobi-Kadachi. The main move to watch out for is the charged and uncharged glide into Tail Slam. It hits hard enough to cart you at 80% health. While no other individual move can cart you, Tobi is a combo monster. It can cart you with 2 attacks and put you into a cart. If you get hit once, abuse the life drain to heal back up to full or use ready stance to stay alive. This matchup is very prediction and reaction based, so make sure you have the base moveset mastered by practicing on lower rank monsters. Like if this video was useful to you, consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Comment down below your thoughts on special investigations or anything in general. That's all I got for this one. Greedy Knight, signing out.